I have with me the Chief Operating Officer of Bindz Consultancy, Maninder Singh Hira, with me here. Sir, tell us what's happening here and what's the event all about?
Thank you so much for having us. So today we are celebrating our second annual day. We've been in the business for 18 months. We celebrated our first annual day last year in just about 6 months of existence. Today, like I said, we're celebrating our second annual day and we call it India Showcase. These events gives us an opportunity to bring our guests and our clients from the US, and obviously we do a lot of presentation in terms of capabilities and the successes and the wins that we have in our business during the year. So it gives them an opportunity obviously to learn about those successes, but also meet our employees and our people who are working for them, indirectly. And at the same time, this event helps people just kind of unwind from the business and have some fun and have these experiences. So the theme of the event is Carnival of Cultures. India is a country for multiple cultures, so we want our guests to also experience, our employees to also experience and enjoy it. So during this event, we are going to have a lot of events, a lot of activities, and like I said, this is to just enjoy the success and the wins that we have during the year.
Great. So if I have to ask you about what the company is exactly doing, and you were referring to the global capability centers, which you said that it would be operating from India remotely with jobs in US and basically with tax consultancy or that. So tell us something about that, what your firm does.
So Bindz is a professional services company, if I would probably want to put it that way for a simpler understanding. We set up GCCs for foreign firms, and Bindz is a dedicated entity for one client called CBIZ. They are an accounting firm in the US, and we are setting up their global capability center here in India under our brand name. And the business model that we've adopted is a build, operate, transfer model. So we will set up the business, we will operationalize and stabilize the business, which we are doing it right now as we speak. And at some point in future, when it's all stable, we have multiple businesses and line of businesses being operated from India, and the client feels comfortable, they will take over the operations, which will be the transfer side of the BOT, and run the company further. The advantage of this model is mid-sized firms in the West who do not have a global experience and expertise and do not really want to take a risk in terms of investing a lot of capital upfront. This is a very, very favorable model for them, because then we invest in setting up the company, we invest in hiring and training people. They don't have to send their SMEs and delegates to India and or take care of them here in India, which is obviously difficult and expensive. So the model helps both the sides to set up the business without investing a lot of money. And for us, we've been doing this with large corporates for last 20 years individually as the leadership team. We use our expertise to make the business successful and stable sooner, and then transfer it to them to scale it further if the way they want it. You also asked in terms of the business. So obviously we've started because CBIZ is an accounting and tax consulting firm. So we started with the tax consulting, tax filing business, and we are gradually moving into audit, advisory, corporate services, technology. These are the businesses we've already started to pilot, and we'll grow these in the coming years.
Great. So how is Bindz Consultancy aligning itself with this Atmanirbhar campaign, the favorite one of Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
So I think first of all, the entire premise of doing this and also picking accounting or commerce as a business was our founders realized that this is one area where there's very limited focus. Either you call it from the administration, but definitely very limited from foreign firms. We've already started to see in the West that people or kids are not taking up accountancy as a career. They're moving towards technology, and that's become a problem in the US. So the founders really wanted to support people who are in the accounting field, are Indian accountants and chartered accountants and others, to have a very, very good career, global career with multiple exposures of locations, businesses, etc. So now if I relate this to the Atma Bharat initiative, one is very simple. We are generating these employments. And then there is very limited alliance, or rather no dependency on any other external sources be it technology, be it learning, be it etc. So in that sense, we are supporting the initiative of generating employment and still being, retaining our talent here in India, which is otherwise either going to go waste or will result in a drain to other countries.
Okay. So one final question from me. So having this current geopolitical situation, wherein you have the immigration policies in US, which is stringent now, it is turning more aggressive towards people who are actually wanting to go to the US, along with this H1B issues and thing like that. Like how do you see your company? I'm pretty sure that you've been seeing it in a very good position in 18 months since you started. So how is that? It's like in the future ahead.
So if you specifically talk about the immigration policy and the talks around it, honestly, I don't see that to be an impact by any which shape and form for us and our people here in India. Rather, I feel that if it's a limitation for companies in the US to get people from other locations to US, they would get limited. They wouldn't be able to, because obviously it's very expensive, and unless it's an extremely niche skill, they wouldn't really want to. And that kind of gives an opportunity for countries like India to service those businesses from India itself. And the technology is very advanced, it's constantly advancing. So you don't really have a limitation in terms of why you cannot do the same role from India instead of, transferring yourself or moving the people to US or to the West. Now, I'll give you another flavor to that. In COVID, we all experienced work from home, especially for these companies. Everybody was work from home. So there's no, unless you really have to be in front of the client, or there's something which has limitation in terms of being on the onshore location, everything else can be done from India, and this policy is rather going to benefit us move more businesses here. Now, there's another question you asked in terms of any stringent policies towards offshoring or outsourcing. I feel that's very difficult for the Western countries or the US to take a call on, because a substantial part of their big companies is being serviced and operated from India. That's one reason. The second reason is like I said about accounting. Now, they don't have enough accountants or left in the system. There are more accountants retiring every year than new graduates coming in the industry. But the businesses are growing, the demands are growing, and somebody has to take care of those demands. So if you don't have a supply available in the US, obviously you look at other avenues and countries to kind of service your clients, your end consumers. So I don't think that's also going to happen, because if it's going to rather impact those countries and the United States in a negative way.
It's impressing, and thank you for giving us all those details. So that was the Chief Operating Officer of Bindz Consultancy.